let's be honest here, it's kind of normal with how abysmal my upload schedule is that you're getting the Christmas episode after New Year's, but technically there is 12 days of Christmas.
Hey, liberals, I don't even know how to play chess.
So, let's open this box. This is my 4th year participating within the event Ho Ho Hobby Vices. This is a community-based event put on by Hobby Vices. To boil it down, it's basically just Secret Santa. However, we're talking about an international scale here. I'm still a relative newcomer to this, but if you enjoy this kind of stuff, and you find the idea interesting, I would be willing to do a more in-depth video of making a whole gift for somebody next year. As always, things are expensive and I give what I can give. Today we're opening a gift that I got from a terrific member of this community, from something I'm going to butcher, Tababa Scooter. He has some awesome soda reviews. Anyway, let's get tucked into this present. Now, first things first, you can give me shit for opening the present up backwards. That's just because I didn't want to reveal any personal information. Opening it up, I immediately saw these really old sprues that look interesting, but we'll talk about them later. I see candy, some presents, but most importantly I see a card. And this card is quite beautiful. And since he included it, I did take the time to read it and look it over. Now, let's take a closer look at these sprues. This is something I thought I would never have and something I've wanted for a while. These are the old Chaos Space Marine sprues from like 2003, 2005 era. And if you know anything about my content,
you know I fuck with that era because it's my favorite!
Well, it won't replace the hole in my heart for the 3D printed files I was looking at using to resize for my Black Legion army. These are going to be fucking fantastic. I already know what I want to do with these. These are going to be used to make a new World Eaters army. Now, I don't know what I'll do with the bodies. Probably either put them into my Iron Warriors army, though they're Loyalist Iron Warriors, so or I'll put them within a Word Bearer's force. But just seeing these classic sculpts that, to blame Dawn of War, these literally are to one the shit you see in Dawn of War is just fantastic. I love the head sculpts in these. These helmets look so much cooler than the older ones, and I get the argument of these guys are just like Space Marines or Spikes, but I like that aesthetic. The next thing I'm a little mixed on, as you might know, my favorite Ultramarine character is Cato Sicarius, and I don't really like his replacement. I also don't really like Phobos armor, but I got the new second company captain. As some of you may know, I'm sort of mixed on the Phobos Marines. I really like how they looked in the game, Space Marine 2, but I don't really like their models. However, this is one that I was going to pick up for different projects that I had in mind, so this is going to work perfectly. The next thing I opened up is actually really cool. This is a Red Grass Games water palette. This is the stuff Squidmar Miniatures uses. Red Grass Games is notorious for making some of the best products. Well, I do have a pretty big army painter one that I've been using lately that's both a dry and a wet palette. I think having this Red Gramer's Gas one will also be beneficial. Finally, we're coming to this really old metal miniature, and this is something I've never seen before, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the corn dogs. I don't know, I'm gonna have to do some research on it, which might make a really interesting video. It is quite heavy, and the detail is actually super interesting. I actually am always amazed at how detailed metal models are. And finally, as all gamers know, we can never have too much dice. Now, these dice actually has some unique backstory. These dice are actually from a TV show. The person who sent me this package worked on this TV show, and this is set dice from the TV show, so pretty cool. I also rolled halfway decent with them, so probably should keep them. And I guess this is going to become an impromptu candy review video, because I haven't tried half the candy in this box, so let's try it. So, the first thing I'm trying is the Nerds Rub, and it's an interesting texture, because these nerds aren't like the same texture as I remember. The gummy that they're sticking to isn't very sticky, but I think the overall flavor is pretty good, probably around a 5 out of 10. The next thing I'm trying is these weird chocolate balls. I think they're called Lindor chocolate. They're this sort of like weird nutty chocolate with a bunch of nuts. They're a thing. I actually think the Nerds Rope might be slightly better than that. I'd give them probably around like a 6 out of 10. Also, to clear my palate out, as you can see, I'm using an orange LaCroix, but if you want to give me shit for drinking LaCroix, you're just factually wrong. Finally, we go to the goat of all chocolate, peppermint bark. Peppermint bark is so good that I could easily eat like a whole box of this stuff by myself. Also, I think the Nerds Rope should be moved to like probably an 8 out of 10, because I ended up eating the whole thing while just sitting there watching random cartoons on my phone. Just mindlessly throwing it in. I feel like I could easily eat like a whole yard of Nerd Rope.